I didn't go diving, we didn't have food. I mean, really, that's the truth. So it was like pay a babysitter or take her with me.
Fishing and diving have been like the main activities that my dad and I would do together since I was little. And even when it became something where like our family didn't depend on it to put food on the table, it was just always our favorite way of spending time together.
Yeah, hard to argue when you're underwater, huh? Well, when she was little, you know, she could only go down maybe 6 or 7 feet, you know, and I could dive like 50 feet. And so she wanted to do everything I could do, you know, which I think most kids do. And I just kept pressing into her. It's just about relaxing.
It always mesmerized me how my dad could just dive deep and just go get these fish and hold his breath for so long. And so I would always just practice holding my breath. I'd watch him go down and I would just see if I could hold my breath on the surface. There were definitely times where I would feel scared, where I would realize how deep I was and realize how small I felt. And I would get freaked out, but the minute I saw my dad, like just the minute I just saw his silhouette in the distance, I just knew I was safe.
I used to dive down and be at the bottom and wave at her, and then when she got in her 20s, we went diving together, and we both swam down about 20 feet, and then she waved goodbye and swam down another 50 or 60. I couldn't do it anymore.
It was just an incredible world to be introduced to. It was a world where I could fly. Just being able to watch all the fish down below me, and for once I was the bird in this world.
Kimi is best known for her spearfishing. And what a lot of people don't realize is it takes an actual incredible amount of knowledge. And there's a lot of different variables. There's that physiological side, just trying to get your body under control and actually almost rewire your body in a lot of ways and take things that are supposed to be involuntary reflexes and being able to control them, like getting your heart rate low and actually changing the way that your body distributes oxygen and blood. Then you have to have the CO2 tolerance.
As I take a drop, and I have to kind of break through this first barrier of atmosphere, but I get to this point where that buoyancy changes and it becomes negatively buoyant. And once that happens, I just start to sink. And that was a feeling that, you know, when I first started doing these deeper drops, it kind of scared me because you feel like you're getting pulled somewhere that you might not be ready to go yet. But the more that I would just surrender to it, it just feels like, you're being pulled home.
And then when you hit the bottom, that's when you start, you know, looking at the chest board. You're looking for, you know, cover. You're seeing what other small fish that usually hang around, something that you like, or you see a fish off in the distance you want to target.
She has a way of acting like, I'm just another fish out here, don't worry about me, until she brings her spear gun up and nails it. Most of us are obvious humans out there. Kimi's not.
There's always mixed emotions that come with it. There's a part of me that feels the victory of the catch, the victory of securing this food. And there's another part of me that will always feel compassion and a bit of sorrow for my prey.
I think that when she figured out she could go out and feed herself, that was a life-changing moment for her. She was always a cook. From like 6 years old, she wanted to cook. And to go out and get the fish she wants to get and then cook them, it just opened up a whole new world for her.
To me, there's no better way to honor my catch than to share it with others. I mean, I can see it in people. It makes every single bite mean that much more to them when I tell them how deep I had to dive, or what the ocean looked like, or how many fish there were, or swimming through a cave, or the shark that almost took it. Whatever the case is, I know that when I share that story, it becomes an experience. It becomes something worth honoring.
I mean, I'd never really been like afraid of sharks, but I wouldn't, when I would see one, I would just act like, you know, you're over there, I'm over here, I'm doing my own thing, but I'd pull my fish in so I couldn't get them. And then if they'd come at me, I would push them away. Where Kimi, as soon as she sees one, she'll swim right towards it. I never got to that point, you know.
When I first started spearfishing on my own as an adult, I would get pretty terrified if I saw a shark. I think slowly I just started to get more comfortable with them. And then one day I just remember something changed in me where I was pulling in a nice fish that I was going to bring home for dinner, and this big shark came up to take it, and I just swam faster towards my catch, pulled it in faster, closer to me, everything that was bringing this shark much closer to me. But I got my hands on it and just pulled it in towards me and swam at that shark just to tell it, like, not today, buddy. Like, go get your own dinner. This one's mine. And the minute I did that, that shark took off. And that just taught me a lot. It taught me that the energy that I put out there, the confidence and the courage that I show in holding my ground, it's going to communicate to the sharks what kind of animal I am.
She's miles ahead of where I ever dreamed of being. I mean, you hear it, people say, oh, you taught her how to dive. I couldn't teach her how to do what she does. That's just nuts. All I take credit for is I got her comfortable in the water. And that's really it.
When you're underwater, there's no street signs, there's no way telling you which way to turn or which way to go. But in the same respect, the signs are everywhere. Everything all of a sudden just goes quiet. And now that it's quiet, I open my eyes and all I hear is my dad's voice saying, just relax and remember how to swim.